What is up, broskies? Keanu here on the deck profile. Been a long time, well, I guess 2 weeks since I've uploaded anything, but this is a deck UAs, as you can see. It's been around for a little while, but I've been grinding on Master Duel this, made it to Platinum Season 1. I'm pretty far up Platinum. This crazy deck. Right now I'm currently on Gold. This deck in real life, I've also been playing it like, locals in real life. This deck in real life, the profile varies a little bit, but if you want to check out the Master Duel version, check in with us we will be live streaming on YouTube and on Twitch. I'll leave a link in the description for that. We stream Master Duel every Saturday at 10 p.m. So be there. It's the same like handle as our YouTube, so broskiigamers. Pretty cool if you come check us out. But before I get into it, like the video if you like the video, subscribe if you've been here a few times, you're on the fence, you get like silly decks like this. So I will get into it. Trouble Libero Spiker, volleyball player of the deck. This card's pretty crazy. This deck desperately needed like a second normal summon, and this is kind of like everything for it. So like I said, pretty big normal summon at 1800. He is a disruption like in himself, so you can spin a card from your hand back into your deck, special summon a UA monster from your deck. Usually I go for player manager, especially if it's my opponent's turn. Well, of course, it's on my opponent's turn. I blank their field, negate all the effects, stuff like that. But he's pretty crazy. The original normal summon, triple midfielder. He's a disruption. He's the only card that disrupts in the battle phase. Also his sport is soccer, midfielder, pretty crazy. But what he can do is he can target another UA card on your field, or UA monster, spin that back to your hand, special summon another UA monster from your hand. It just depends on the situation, which one's better. It's pretty crazy if you open up turn one, like both of these, especially because you have two normal summons. Well, depending on how you open up, you have two normal summons. You can end on a pretty nasty turn one board, even though we like going first, as you probably know, with this deck. Just making sure these shits are centered. But next up, two UA player managers. Cards broken. Dark Ruler no more on summon, or just a pop. Targets a card, destroys a card on the field. Pretty insane. Also gets pretty big with the field spell. So pretty crazy. Not much more I can say about that other than broken. UA perfect days. Your Omni negate of the deck. You just discard one. Negated card effect. Nice. They all have the special summoning clause. Bounce a card from your field to your hand. Special summon it. One UA Mighty Slugger. A lot of people don't play this, but especially on Master Duel, this card's like kind of crazy. Because they can't activate any card effects until the end of the damage step. So that, as you know, if you've played Master Duel, a lot of people run like Mirror Force, which is just silly. Like, it's just crazy to me. But a lot of people have also been playing Mirror Force in real life because it works in Master Duel. I don't know. But that plays around like a lot of like battle traps, battle tricks people might be playing. One UA Dunker. When he destroys a monster by battle, he can pop another card on the field. This plus the jersey is OTK in itself. I don't run the jersey in the main deck, but I'll kind of explain why. Rival Rebounder. He's crazy on your opponent's turn because if you special summon, he can special summon a UA monster from your hand or graveyard. So you don't really want to like turn one pass on Rival Rebounder. That's just kind of silly. You want to use like Libero Spiker to usually like spin a card from your hand, special summon the Rival Rebounder. Rival Rebounder effect, get something out of your grave, especially if you have like a play manager set up, or if you have like play manager in your hand. UA Rival Rebounder, chain one, play manager chain two in your hand to special summon itself, and then it'll resolve. So play manager special summon. This will special summon one from your grave or your hand, and it'll just like kind of snowball from there. Next up, last one, Blockbacker. When a card special summon, I believe it's just from the extra deck. So when a card special summon, You can change its battle position, and if you do, negate its effects. So nice little like disruption on a pretty big ass honorary UA Dino Wrestler Pinkertops. Free Pinkertops, bring it back to 3. Just JK. Don't do that. Card's crazy. So if you play this package in Master Duel, you know it's at like 2. But here we played at 3, of course. The Gamma package. Just make sure you could, because if they don't Ash or use any type of like hand trap, you will plus so many times before you have to normal summon like at all. So usually Gamma's like crazy live. Just a turn ender right here, especially against like decks like Eldritch, stuff like that. D shifter. This deck doesn't care at all because most of the time you're just normal summon, bounce stuff back to your hand. So turn 1, turn 2, when this like effect is active, we don't care about none of that. So if we gotta go first, like that's fine. We'll set up our like simple disruptions. We still don't have anything in our graveyard. They start their turn, we'll just D shifter, and then they pass turn. That's pretty much it for that. Hyper Stadium. On activation, you can add a UA card from your deck to your hand. You can also pay 1,000 life points to reveal another spell card in your hand, and you can get an additional normal summon that turn. So this plus the next field spells like just kind of crazy. When I first started playing the deck about a year or so ago, I didn't realize like how silly both of them were at the same time. But the next one, UA Stadium. So what you can do, UA Hyper Stadium, and this is what I mean by like you get so many searches before your normal summon. UA Hyper Stadium, search you, probably your normal summon. Reveal this so you get 2 normal summons. Then UA Stadium, normal summon whatever you searched. Search again off UA Stadium since you normal summon a card. And remember, you got 2 normal summons this turn. So you can normal summon again, you'll get another search. It's just crazy. And then every time you special summon a UA monster, if a UA monster special summon, all your cards gain 500 attack, not just your UAs. I fucked around and had like a Pinkertops like at 4,100 attack. Next up, Terraforming. Just want to like find one of these. Next up, my fucking E-Telly. This card's insane. This also goes into what I've been talking about. You have so many searches before you have to commit to like any monster on the board in your normal summon, and like none of your cards do anything on normal summon anyway. So like you can literally like, I don't know, like you can UA Hyper Stadium, show the field spell, then Signing Dill, but don't activate Stadium before you Signing Dill, because then like only that card that got special summon will get the 500 boost. That's another reason why Gamma is so important in this deck. Then another reason to ensure that makes like Gamma kind of broken. This is what I'm talking about. Pot of Extravagance. So many draw cards, so many search cards. Gamma's gonna be live, or else they're just gonna let you plus like infinity. We don't care about the extra deck. Most of the time, especially in real life, I don't think I've played a single match where I've had to go into the extra deck. Sometimes in Master Duel, like I have to go into like Borosword to get over annoying things, but other than that, like super easy. Since we are going second, in Master Duel, Imperial Order is a thing. In real life, Skill Drain's a thing. So I play Cosmic Cyclone in real life, and like whatever. Next up, freed off the ban list, just 2 Raigeki. Probably could run 3. I don't know. I'm just testing 2 for now. 2 really works in real life. 1 really works, and one's more sacky in the Master Duel, but 2 is like a little bit more consistent. And it's usually it's always live if you're going second, or at least it like baits a disruption. 1 red reboot. Y'all know how trap decks are right now in the current metagame. Got to keep an eye out for Selena, as in Eldritch and like all these other stupid trap decks. But that's it for the main deck. I'm gonna get into the extra real quick. The extra's not super important. Actually, there's a couple cards that I don't have like right here currently. They're in other decks, so I'll kind of explain. This was just kind of really put together for the video. So Mrs. Radiant just gives your Earth a 500 attack boost. 2 Nightmare Phoenix gets rid of floodgates. Unicorn spins cards back. You never go into Unicorn. You really never go into Phoenix either. 2 Ferocious Flame Swordsman. This has like, I guess, kind of cool synergy. You're never gonna go into it, but this one, all warrior monsters on the field gain 500 attack. If this card is link summon, if this link summon card is destroyed by battle or by an opponent's card effect, while in its owner's possession, you target 1 non-link warrior monster in your graveyard will summon it, but banish it when it leaves the field. So it's pretty crazy. You can go get back player manager. I keep saying player manager, but that's kind of like what breaks boards. So easily go into play manager, you know, negate everything. And then you don't have to worry about your card being banished. If you ever have to go into this, you don't have to worry about the special summon card being banished, because most of the time you're going to bounce it back to your hand, and then like it's a whole new card. So triple barricade board blocker. This one's the only one with like actual, like, that could actually come up. I mean, it'll never come up, but it could actually come up because it searches your field spell. 3 Asa. Like I said, this is just like generic link cards, especially just for this, like, mainly for the profile. Like, usually I run like BLS in here, like I run like double BLS, since all of them are level 8, so that's a good option. Boral Sword, run this in Master Duel and real life. Sometimes it comes up, sometimes you just need it. I have a replay on my Master Duel. If you check that out, I'll leave my code in there as well. And if you check me on Twitch, sometimes this comes up. I played against like a Malefic player, which was just silly, and I had to beat over his like 5k monster. Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend, just 1 tuner monsters. Just needs 8, so that's your gamma package, and then you blow up every card on the field, they burn 5, and then you just go for game. And then the last one's Frame Lord Omega. So after they let you +3, they'll say like, oh, like fuck it, I guess I'll finally ash something. You gamma, Frame, spin 1. So they're starting with like a 4 card hand, which is also lovely. 4 card hands are like pretty funny when you set up like a 4 disruption board with like follow up, like 3 or 4 cards in your hand still. So that is pretty much it for this deck profile. Let us know in the comments what you want to see next. Load this shit up. It's pretty fun, pretty budget deck in real life. Also on Master Duel, I think the only ultra rare in Master Duel is actually the player manager. Everything else is like super low rarity. So load it up. Let me know what you think. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And drop a comment. Check out our Twitch. We'll see you next time.